Hey, what's going on, guys? Covers of TCG here, back at again with a brand new YouTube video. And today for you guys, I will be deck profiling my pure Endymion deck profile for the March format. So let's get into the profile, guys. So let's start with 3. Master Endymion. Pre-center, he's like the big guy. His scale effect, as you all know, pops the field. And then obviously he's a spell trap negate, and he gets protection when you negate something because he gains the counters of the thing that you remove. We play 3 reflection as another level 7 that we play, also to summon things out of our hand, and plus the bounce effect is really good in terms of breaking boards going second. We play 2 Magister. Magister is not as good now without Electromite, simply because you can't really tutor things in your extra deck for Magisters to summon out, but it is still good because he is a high scale, and his effect on field to summon one out from your deck is really good as he acts as an extra negate. And of course we play 1 Servant, because that 1 Servant obviously being the best card in the deck, tutoring out any other card that we may need. Onto the Mythical Beast engine, we play triple Cerberus. Pre-standard gives us access to the rest of the engine. 3 Jackal King as our monster negate. The 1/0s of Garuda, Jackal, and Basilisk. Not very much to say about this. This is pretty much standard now in all pure variants. Garuda obviously to out like Floodgates, back row, outs Mystic Mind, Basilisk for the draw, and then Jackal to tutor out Jackal King, for instance. On to some other cards. I do play the 3 Chronograph and the 1 Time Gazer, simply because I like how these cards act as extra spells. They let me go into Crowley. And Chronograph, if you have one in hand, you can summon them out, summon another thing out as well. Maybe it be a Jackal, just so you have extra body on board for link plays or negates. And I also play 1 Abductor. You could play more, because it is a decent normal summon to search out of level 1. This card does search draw, which can be relevant. However, I just like it as a 1/0. It just acts as an extra way to obtain Servant, and I feel that for my normal summon, I'd rather summon off Spellbook, Magician, or Prophecy, simply because he gives us 2 counters. Opening him allows us 2 spell counters on anything we may need. Getting into our Servant plays, allowing us to build boards. Alongside the 2 blue boy, I obviously play 2 secrets as a way to access him, or for a search target of him. I play 1 knowledge for the draw power. However, I also play 1 fate, and I play 1 power simply because I like fate I like having these as just other targets for Crowley if we already have access to these, and fate is a really strong form of removal, being a non-targeting banish. For the other spells, obviously we're still playing 3 Mastery, gets us to our Servant, puts counters on our board, nutty insane plays. 3 Institution, because opening this plus Jackal King is our Servant play. Gains counters when a Mythical Beast is destroyed by battle card effect, searches by removing counters, all that good stuff. 2 Citadel, only need 2. It's just an additional spell card, also holds counters as well. No real need to see 2 since it doesn't actually advance our board state in any meaningful way. Then I play 2 Desires and 1 Upside for draw power. Could argue for a 3rd Desires. I just found that I never really want to activate. It is probably mathematically right to play the 3rd Desires, but I found 2/1 was just fine for me. On to the extra deck. Play 1 Crowley. Quite simple. It is, as some people refer to it, as the Electromite replacement, simply because we make this instead of making Electromite. Gives us into our spellbook engine, allowing us to draw cards, get the spell counters, and build our board. 1 Daybreaker. I really like this card for going second, simply because of its ability to remove a spell counter, then destroy a card on the field, can be relevant, and he gains attack when a spellcaster is summoned. Decouples a generic link too. Play Phoenix, and I play Unicorn as some removal. just generic easy removal for us to go into. Play Decode Talker as our link 3, plus targeting negation is nice. Play Borreload, Dragon, Avermax, and Boral Sword as our link 4s. Note that I do not play Apollosa or IP simply because I do not own those cards. I find, like, if I had access to them, I would most definitely be playing them. So if you do have access to them, you could cut something like the Decode Talker, maybe the Nightmare, maybe the B-Cop, if you so choose to. For the rank 7s, I play one Hierophant, simply because it is back row removal that, with a relevant effect, because I will have those extra spellbooks because I do play them, so I can, like, with nuke back row with Hierophant. I also play Absolute Dragon and Vortex. This package is pretty standard. You don't really go into too often. If anything, it can be a super poly targeted mirror, which is the rest of my extra deck. Because as I mentioned, I do not own those other cards. I opt to play super poly in my side deck, which I'm not showing because obviously side decks are personal preference. This is just what I choose to run based on my locals and what I expect to play. So I play a Mud Dragon, the World Chalice one, and the Starving Venom. Alright, that's it, guys. That's it for the deck profile. Thank you guys so much for watching this video of my updated, I guess the first time on this channel, my pure Endymion deck profile. While, Droll is like a card that is played in the format, I still feel like this deck has potential to do really well. If you were to, you could choose to opt to main cards like Cold by the Grave, but I find that now, especially with cards like Shadol and Lunalight being in the format, simply playing Droll in the main is not as good as it was anymore when Spiral was considered the best deck, because simply these other strategies do not get hurt by Droll. So because of that, I feel like playing Pendulum, you can take advantage of the fact that people are no longer main decking Droll and play a deck that, while loses to Droll in a similar fashion to Spiral, can still build a board in a similar way to Spiral, and it can take advantage of people possibly not playing Droll in the main, or playing in the side, or playing two Droll, something like that. So yeah, I feel like this deck still has a really good chance in the format. Yes, the Electromite hit and the Servant, the Electromite ban and the Servant to 1 does indeed hurt the deck's consistency. You just play, your reflections, you play all these search cards, you play a much heavier search based deck to get into your Servant. But yeah, that's it for the profile, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it so much. Please like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.